you can probably see that I have a Christmas mug here. Don't judge me. That's just how I like to live my life, by drinking from Christmas mugs. And
I love it. It's a state of mind.
state of
All
mind.
year.
I love it. Honestly, what is the deal with Christians these days? That's what we're here trying to figure out. It all starts with authenticity. Ew, buzzword. Gross, I know. But on this podcast, you'll find two brutally honest Christians talking about real world problems. And it all starts with something very private and personal: the Christian's prayer journal. That's right, we're steering through past journal entries we've written that address real Christian issues and applying the gospel to every difficult situation. Expect us to see different perspectives, different insights, and why they might be relevant to your life.
For me, journaling is a way that I kind of take a lot of the thoughts and feelings that are kind of in my mental field of vision, so to speak, and I bring them onto the paper. And it honestly kind of helps kind of clear my mind a little bit. I kind of write about anything and everything, but a lot of times for me, because my relationship with the Lord is very important to me, a lot of times it takes the form of prayers and things like that, expressing myself to God. And sometimes, and we're going to see a little bit more of that today, sometimes I write out, responses from God to me. I know it's kind of weird, maybe a little different, but it takes on a lot of different shapes for me. So,
Yeah, absolutely. That's really helpful and good. And cool thing about journaling is, just as he was alluding to, it's a really helpful way to process sometimes your emotions, your feelings. A lot of times we have things bouncing around in our head that are not fully developed, and to actually put them to the page and write them out
right.
helps us to understand what we're thinking about, what we're feeling, and to make that a little bit more concrete. And the other thing I would mention about journaling that's really cool is, in its simplest form, it's just another medium of prayer to God. And so for me, a lot of times the way it takes form is that I address God. It's like I'm talking to God. That is what prayer is at its simplest form. I would encourage other Christians to consider, maybe that medium as well. Do you have any other thoughts on journaling?
Would recommend for sure. No, and it's a great medium for, like we talked about, authenticity. A lot of times, maybe I don't necessarily understand what's going on in my mind, but I might be a lot more honest with myself, just writing something down, like writing down my thoughts than, saying them out loud verbally.
Yeah.
It's just easier sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I love that. Like, this is real, God. Like, this is where I'm at.